Hey guys, it's your girl Lovvvee. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my bathroom makeover. So this is the before. It was kind of really drab and just felt very gray and cold and very mismatched to the era of the house. And that's the after. It's very retro inspired. This is the color I picked. It was Sassy Green by Sherwin-Williams, and this is me trying it out on the wall before picking it. And yeah, this is part of the baseboards. I decided to paint them in ultra white, and this is the color that it had before. They were really beat up too. And so here I am just trying out the paint color, and this is kind of before I realized I would have to caulk in some of these gaps and stuff here, which I did go ahead and do after this, and then I repainted. And so yeah, we live in a house in the American Midwest in Wisconsin, and it was built in the 1970s. And so this is a 1970s inspired makeover, and although I did change some of the features temporarily, I didn't take out any of the original things, and I tried to use as much of the original hardware and go with everything that was already existing in the space. So here I am trying out some of the colors, just seeing how it looks on the walls, and then I started priming, and there used to be a medicine cabinet in that hole back there, and this is a mirror I thrifted. Everything is going to be thrifted in this makeover or just stuff I already had, and that was some of the original wallpaper, which I thought was kind of cool. This is where I was at after the first coat of primer. Yeah, it was kind of blotchy and splotchy, but it was going well. And I also, at first, tried to paint the back of the door to match the moldings, but I realized that I didn't have the right type of paint or primer, and that the doors and stuff must have been painted with oil paint, because my paint was just peeling right off of here, so that was a lost cause. And then I got a color match at Home Depot for the paint, but they didn't color match it with the code, they just used a scanner, so it was obviously separated at this point, but I was doubtful it was going to turn into that sassy green color. It kind of looked like melted Shrek in this little pot right here, but as I kept stirring it, it was getting better. And I don't know how well the color picks up on camera, but sassy green is a kind of like a lemongrass color, I would say, maybe like a muted chartreuse. And here I am just peeling back some of the paint, and then I just like realized I messed up in a spot right there, and that was really annoying. I had to go back and go in there with a small paintbrush. In the end, it didn't matter because you couldn't really see this baseboard that well anyways. At least not the top of it. And then I had this in my carpet room in the TV room, so I just decided to put it in there. It looked really cute. I changed the light fixture, which took all day, and here we are. I put a little light so the fern would survive. It's a Boston fern, and so far it's been doing really well in this room. And so yeah, this is basically how it was at before I did the next steps, and yeah, the Boston fern is doing well there. I was trying out some accessories and seeing how the mirror would hang, and then I was also starting to put contact paper on the vanity, and it's hard to see, but it's like a burlwood cherry kind of color, which I think is going to pop really well with the green. And then I tried this contact paper for the first time, and it was just not sticking at all. So I had to go back and do my research. It was really not sticky, this brand, so I wouldn't recommend it, unlike the burlwood contact paper, which went on really well. It was really thick. This one was very thin, but not stretchy at all. It was very plasticky, and the adhesive definitely needed help. So that was my first attempt, and I took that off, even though the finish was really nice on the flat parts. Around the edges, it just wasn't adhering. Would not recommend, but the cherry burlwood was looking really, really cute, and I had to take the drawers off the vanity. And even though they have that little router line in them, I ended up just covering it with contact paper and it was fine. I didn't like have any tears or weird sagging. And I did keep the original hardware just because I thought it would be cute and added like a little accent of black. And then it was looking really good. At this point to me, I still had a lot of things to do though. I still had to cover up these cables, which I got a cable run and just put the power cord back there. And yeah, I'm gonna have to get a longer power cord because it keeps like pulling this off the wall actually. So I don't know if I would recommend this specific brand of cable run, but it ended up cleaning it up like visually anyways, so it worked fine. And then as you can see, I have the hairdryer out, and this is where I did my second attempt of that white contact paper. And the difference was I used a degreaser on the countertops and used alcohol and everything to get them really dry after. And the key part was that I went over the contact paper after I set it down. I went over it with a hairdryer for a little while, and it really helped to activate the glue. And this is, I thought it was really helping, and it was like adhering it a lot better. And the finish was also a lot easier to get smooth. And yeah, it looked good in the video and it is holding up, but the application was not the best. Me giving the thumbs up because I thought it was going to be successful. And yeah, I did change out the light, but there still is wallpaper showing because I just couldn't be bothered to paint that at this time, at the time of me filming. And then this is how it was looking before I added basically any accessories or decor into it, except for some, like I said, that fern and just the towel in the mirror and the stuff on the tray above the toilet tank. So yeah, it was looking really nice and clean at this point, and I was really happy with how everything was going. And I found these at the thrift store for $2, and they are so cute. They remind me of those punched out tin mirrors. Anyways, this is the before, just to remind you. It was kind of, the mirror was kind of going modern, but everything else was still kind of retro. And here's the after. I feel like it's a lot more cohesive, and I feel like it just is dopamine decor to me. Like, it shows my personality, and I don't know, I just really like it. I like how the chrome goes with the wood and with the white, and the silver and everything, the green, go really well together. The pops look blue and red. I think they're cute. And it just has that little retro touch that I think is not only more period correct, I think it's more my personality and style too. So all in all, this whole makeover only ended costing me a few $100s. I would say under $325, and that's for paint. Like, I bought extra paint. I didn't even need that much paint. Oh yeah, this little thing is driving me crazy. I'm gonna have to fill in that space where the medicine cabinet was eventually. But yep, everything was mostly just thrifted or stuff I had. The most expensive part was the paint, the light fixture, and just the plant and the plant light. Anyways, thanks for watching.